Hey, what's up everybody? It's LeeLos, and today we're talking about the legendary greatness of Thriller Bark. Stay steady in the pursuit of your dreams and goals. You're born to win, you're made for greatness, and I definitely believe in you guys. Keep up the great work each and every day. This arc starts off by introducing us to Brook. Then the Straw Hats get separated into two groups, between the weak and the strong members. The weak members are scared of everything, and the strong members aren't, and they just slap everything up. It's fun reading Thriller Bark during Halloween because it's the closest thing we have to a One Piece Halloween special. The creepy nature of the enemies lets Oda experiment with darker character designs than usual, and it makes some of my favorite looking enemies in the series. The zombies, they vary a lot, and honestly a lot of them look like Dark Souls characters, which is just super dope. We meet Moria, a lazy pirate with the power to steal shadows, place them into zombies, and then the zombies gain the abilities and personality of the shadow's owner. Moria is the third warlord that the Straw Hats have to fight, and he paints the picture clearly that not all warlords are equal in power. Well, because compared to Mihawk, this guy's just trash. So, at this point in the series, the Straw Hats have become such famous pirates that their name and bounties alone earn them respect from basically any Grand Line level pirate that's too weak to succeed in the new world. Moria is so impressed with Luffy's bounty that he's instantly willing to put Luffy's shadow into a legendary continent-pulling supergiant named Oars. Oars is implied to be the ancestor of Oars Jr., who is a giant that's part of Whitebeard's crew. Lola's introduced as a pirate who was born in the new world and gives Nami a Vivary card. Turns out Lola's Big Mom's daughter, and this Vivary card ends up saving the Straw Hats' lives numerous times in Whole Cake Island about 400 chapters later. The way Oda makes seemingly small things like this super important to the plot hundreds of chapters later is just really legendary, and is one of the many reasons why Oda is considered the GOAT of manga. Brook fights the zombie Ryuma and gets folded, then Zoro fights the zombie Ryuma and folds him. As this fight confirms that Oda's previous work Monsters is actually a prequel to One Piece. In Monsters, Ryuma was a young man and he was the main character. He was kind of like a fusion of Zoro and Luffy, and in Thriller Bark, this same character Ryuma is now a zombie, like many years later, and he's fighting Zoro. Also, this confirms that Moria's zombies are much weaker than their original form depending on the power level of the shadow. I mean, if Ryuma was at full power and could actually fight at full power here, he would have one-shot the entire arc, dude. Oars, all the Straw Hats, Moria, Kuma, all of them would have got folded up like blankies, but since he was super nerfed by Brook's weak little baby shadow, Zoro was able to beat him using just two swords. Then Zoro receives Ryuma's legendary blade Shusui, which ends up being super important about 400 chapters later in Wano. Also, this shows that even just using two swords, Zoro is a lot stronger than little baby boy Brook. And it's really cool to see Zoro using the same sword Ryuma used in Oda's previous work Monsters. It's basically Zoro carrying on the will of Oda's previous work, and it's just really cool because it's kind of like Zoro's taken on that main character energy. Also, Ryuma is basically confirmed to be Zoro's ancestor, so this fight was kind of like great-great-great-grandfather versus great-great-great-grandson. Usopp begins using the Soga King slingshot as his main weapon and pulls off an impressive victory against Kumasi and Perona, also showing that Usopp is like mega superhuman. He takes some like disgusting blows and he can just get right back up and keep fighting like a normal human would die from this stuff. And I think I said this in a previous video, but there's a lot of feats Usopp has that shows that he's inherited superhuman durability from his dad, the same way that he inherited great sniping skills from his dad as well. After all these wild shenanigans, the Straw Hats end up battling Oars with Luffy's shadow within it, meaning that this Oars gigantic zombie has like the basic move set of Luffy, and it's also subtly further pushing the narrative that Luffy's the strongest member of the crew now objectively, but we'll continue with that cool stuff in the next video. If you rewind just like 4 or 5 months ago, this channel only had like 70 subscribers, so now it's like at about 500, and I'm just so grateful for all the views, all the subscribers. Just thank you guys for everything. Really appreciate it, dude. Let me know what videos you would like me to talk about next. Really appreciate it. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys on the next video.